also important to know the basic definition of simple stuff. Now to the next question. This is a bit tricky. So tricky in the sense that I want you to read the question completely and then answer, okay? It is also an easy question actually, so just pay attention. So what's the generic name of mango? Look at the options carefully. So, which do you think is the generic name of mango? Well, if you said Mangifera indica, wonderful. I am glad you remember the name of mango, but the right answer is Mangifera. Okay, I have specifically asked you what the generic name of mango is. Now we all know binomial nomenclature has two parts to it, the generic name and the specific name. The generic name is the genus name, the specific name being the species name. Okay, so Mangifera indica is the actual name of mango, whereas Mangifera is specifically the generic name of mango. This is one of the very few questions that are tricky to be encountered just because you've not read the first part of the question. Okay, this is how they trick you in the examinations. The rest is easy. Now to the next question. I'm going to write 4 taxa on the board. Okay, so you're going to tell me, you're going to pick up the taxa that is least related to each other. Remember what I said? Something that is least related. With least related, I mean the class or the taxa or the rank that has species that are least related to each other. Okay? The first one. Phylum. Species, class, order. Quickly, this has to be easy. Well, if you said the answer is species, then you're wrong. The actual answer is phylum. Remember what I asked you? I asked you to name the taxa that has individuals that are least related to each other. The answer is phylum. Remember the classification: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Okay, I also told you the diversity is most here. The diversity of species decreases down like this. This is the most diverse, which means there are so many animals with unrelated characters falling under the same kingdom and also sometimes the same phylum. Okay, which is why the individuals in phyla, the same phyla, has least relating characters to each other. So it's important for you to analyze what's given and what's being asked before you pick or choose. Just because this is an MCQ, you cannot afford to be doing a clever guess game. It does not work all the time because this examination, remember, has negative marking. Okay, so be very, very careful to gain more and lose very, very less. I'm not saying mistakes don't happen, mistakes do happen, but avoid it wherever possible. Okay, things like like these biology warrants some of the easiest questions in NEET. That is the easiest section in NEET actually. So all of you you obviously want to score very well in biology. Okay, so you need to learn as much as possible and remember and retain as much as possible. Well, now to the next question. Taxonomy includes this as the first step. If you will remember my definition of taxonomy from my previous class, you will need to answer this. So what is taxonomy? Taxonomy is actually studying the principles and methods for, think about it. So the options are classify, identify, name, describe. So what do you think is the first step in taxonomy? Well, if you said it is to classify, name or describe, then you're wrong. The actual answer is identify. Okay? Taxonomy includes the principles and methods, okay, the study of principle and methods to identify, classify, describe, name and classify an organism, be it plant or an animal. So it is very important that you also brush up through very simple concepts before you would want to take up NEET solving questions or NEET exam itself. So these are roughly the kind of questions that might be expected. This was only an overview of the kind of questions that came last year and the previous year's questions. So the living world basically is in itself an easy topic. Okay, so you just need to retain, and you also need to make sure you correctly interpret what's been asked for in the answer, okay, rather than rushing into answering the questions just because you know everything that's given in the options. Okay, it's very important you read the questions. Thank you.